Toyota's skill in the hybrid sector is well established and deservedly admired. Indeed, Toyota is responsible for introducing the world's first mass-produced hybrid vehicle, the Prius. The Tundra and the Tacoma, two of the strongest offerings in the hybrid pickup truck sector, show that the Japanese automaker is expanding its horizons. For this reason, we think the 4Runner would benefit greatly from some form of electrification if Toyota applied its wizardry to it. Despite being reintroduced to consumers in 2009, the latter continues to be a top pick. However, it's starting to fall behind the competition in terms of speed, gas mileage, and cabin design. Those who desire to see changes in these areas are thus betting on the 2025 Toyota 4Runner, which is slated to bring an extensive range of new features, as well as an innovative powertrain to the game. In fact, the debate over the possibility of a hybrid configuration has led us here today, thanks to publications like Motor Trend. Even if the seasoned off-roader doesn't really need to broaden its boundaries in order to remain a fan favorite for the foreseeable future, this new setup would be a nice change of pace. If you hadn't already noticed, hybrid off-road vehicles are all the rage right now. One example is Ford's intention to market PHEV Ranger pickups. As a matter of fact, hybrids are the sweet spot for cars that can navigate a variety of terrains, so this is hardly a coincidence. The 4Runner could adopt the Tacoma's powertrain lineup, given that the two should be closely related. This suggests that the new SUV will most likely get a turbocharged four-cylinder engine with output ranging from 228 to 278 horsepower to replace their outgoing 4.0-liter V6 engine that produced 270 horsepower. It could also come with their iForce Max hybrid powertrain used in the Tacoma, which combines a four-cylinder engine with two electric motors to boost power to 316 horsepower. It would be great if the 4Runner, like the pickup, had a manual transmission option. Electric off-roading, as we've said many times, isn't quite there yet. Your electric off-road vehicle may have the acceleration of a vintage Japanese sports car, but how far and for how long can it tow before needing a recharge? A third of the Rivian R1T's and Ford F-150 Lightning's original range is lost when towing a 10,000-pound trailer, as previously proved by Consumer Reports, despite being the two most efficient EVs in their category. In addition to this major disclaimer, we also know that high temperatures hasten the depletion of lithium-ion batteries. Considering these drawbacks together, it's obvious that an internal combustion engine would be the best choice for your adventures across rough terrain. A better option might lie somewhere in the middle though. This is where the 4Runner hybrid comes in handy. Sure, a hybrid powertrain would still affect the hauling capability, but not as substantially. On the other hand, it would drastically reduce fuel expenses and considerably enhance performance. To put things in perspective, the Tundra's hybrid system boosts performance by about 50 horsepower and nearly 100 pound-feet. However, the latter doesn't skimp on functionality, as it still has a towing capacity of 11,500 pounds and fuel economy of 22 miles per gallon. Consequently, we should anticipate that Toyota's work on a mid-size SUV like the 4Runner will be just as competent. As well as being a huge benefit, these changes would be very much appreciated. The current generation's inefficiency is most noticeable on the highway, where it achieves only 19 miles per gallon. Its fuel efficiency is worse than the Jeep Wranglers and far worse than the hybrid equivalents that are now widely believed to be direct substitutes. Likewise, the Ford Bronco offers many more transmission options than its current 5-speed automatic gives. This hybrid configuration would not only address these problems, but also make the 4Runner more comfortable to ride in and give it more years on the road before it needs replacing due to impending restrictions on gas-powered vehicles. Our enthusiasm for the 2025 Toyota 4Runner is obvious. While Toyota has been cautious with official updates, their internet has been everything but frugal in its excitement. For instance, the possibility of an all-electric 4Runner is being discussed by publications like Motor Trend, which is an intriguing thought. The arrival of the 2025 Toyota 4Runner is the start of the 6th generation of the vehicle, which is why there is so much anticipation and curiosity about it. The SUV's future is highly dependent on the company's approach to whether or if the next generation will have a different price point is yet unknown. Starting at $40,155 for the base SR5 model, The 2023 4Runner ranges up to a starting MSRP of $54,620 for the top-of-the-line TRD Pro. No one would be upset if the company maintained these rates for the foreseeable future. In any case, the 2025 4Runner will need quite a bit of tuning in order to compete with vehicles like the Jeep Wrangler and the Ford Bronco. The Ford Explorer Hybrid, the Jeep Wrangler 4x4, and the Hyundai Santa Fe Hybrid are all competitors in the hybrid car market. The 4Runner's transmission has been a hot topic of debate for their upcoming generation. To begin, a manual transmission is not out of the question and would be based on demand. There's no reason for the company not to provide us with a better transmission than the standard 5 speeds. Considering Toyota's prior commitment to providing a hybrid variant for each vehicle by 2025, the availability of a hybrid option is entirely fair to anticipate. We can also hope for updates to the cabin's appearance, which is, to put it simply, showing its age. There is nothing keeping Toyota from installing a larger infotainment screen than the present 8.0 inches available in the current model, such as the 14 inches found in the Tundra or the 12.3 inches seen in the Toyota Crown. Their overall aesthetics should also be updated, in order to offer the 2025 4Runner a more modern appeal. If such were the case, their antiquated, rough-looking central screen surrounded by a horde of buttons would be eliminated, as would their unnecessary clutter surrounding it. Likewise, the Toyota Safety Sense 3.0 must also be present. There are a few new features in the most recent version, including road sign assist, lane tracing assist, and proactive driving assist. Automatic high beams, enhanced adaptive cruise control, automatic emergency braking, lane keeping assist, and dynamic radar cruise control are some of the additional safety features available. And lastly, here's is a brief summary of what to expect in their upcoming 6th gen of the Toyota 4Runner. New features for the 6th generation Toyota 4Runner. New hybrid system and turbocharged 4-cylinder displacement of 2.4 liters. Likely combined with an 8-speed transmission. More off-road prowess is anticipated. Potential tire size increase, but no greater than 32 inches. The front sway bar disconnect is one of the features that will be implemented. Possibility of a front locker, and access to a locker in the back. Overlanding focused trail hunter trim level likely to be offered. The trail hunter may be customizable from the factory with features like a rooftop tent, rack, and Old Man Emu suspension improvements. The legendary TRD Pro package should be offered indefinitely. Adoption of smart front seats from the Tacoma TRD Pro is a possibility. There is the possibility of a manual transmission option. The 2.4-liter engine is available in a non-hybrid version, which may be easier to maintain and more dependable. The projected starting price should be around $40,000. The most expensive variants could cost up to $55,000. However, rumors are spreading that Toyota might discontinue the 4Runner. It would appear that the 4Runner is becoming less necessary now that the Land Cruiser has been brought back into production. Consider the following. In the same class of sport utility vehicles, SUV, why would you want to sell two automobiles that are built on the same platform, with the same engines? There are a lot of folks who think this could be an indication that the 4Runner is going to be discontinued. On the other hand, that is not the case. The Toyota 4Runner generates an incredible amount of revenue for the company despite the fact that it hasn't been updated in a very long time and, as a result, hasn't required any expenditures during that time period. As a result of Toyota's decision to continue production of the model, you have every reason to be enthusiastic about the possibility that the 4Runner may become a more affordable and stripped-down alternative to the Land Cruiser. And that ends today's episode. Are you excited about having a manual transmission in a 4Runner? Share your thoughts in the comment box below. If you've watched up to this point, thank you so much. For more videos about EVs, Toyota, Tesla, Ford, and the most recent auto news, please consider subscribing to Tech Addicts.